The year is 2008, and the world teeters on the brink of war. Radical ultranationalists have seized power in Moscow. Their goal, the re-establishment of the old Soviet Empire. Ukraine, Belarus, Kazakhstan. One by one, the nearby independent republics slip back into the Russian orbit. Russian tanks sit in the Caucasus Mountains and the Baltic forests, poised to strike to the south and east. The world holds its breath and waits. For one small group of elite soldiers, the war has already begun. U.S. Special Forces Group 5, 1st Battalion, D Company. Deployed on peacekeeping duty to the Republic of Georgia in the Caucasus, this handful of Green Berets represents the very tip of the spear, the first line of defense. Equipped with the latest battlefield technology and trained in the latest techniques of covert warfare, they strike swiftly, silently, invisibly. They call themselves the Ghosts.
The obstacle course will teach you how to move through the world. Use the basic movement commands to move forward and back and side to side. Use the look commands to turn left and right and look up and down. In addition to standing upright, you can crouch and go prone. When you're on the battlefield, keeping your head down is a good way to avoid getting shot, and your own shots will be more accurate if you're prone. Practice changing your stance using the stance up and stance down buttons. Go prone and crawl under the barbed wire. While prone, you cannot turn all the way around unless you move forward while turning. When you are standing still and close to the edge of an obstacle, you can peek around the obstacle by leaning to the left or right. Press the left and right peek buttons and practice using the barrier. Remember, the smaller the target you present to the enemy, the harder you are to hit. Open doors by walking up to them, placing the reticle on the door, and pressing the action button. Try to avoid standing directly in front of a door when you open it. It makes you a prime target for whoever's on the other side. This is the small arms range. Here you'll learn how to fire a rifle and a pistol, how to switch weapons, reload. The sniper rifle is equipped with a scope for long-range shots. Press the zoom button to cycle through the scope's zoom levels. Practice hitting the long-range targets. The assault rifle is your primary infantry weapon. Aim at a target and press the fire button to shoot. Notice how the reticle changes size as you move and fire. The smaller the reticle, the more accurate your shots will be. Practice hitting the targets downrange. If you run out of bullets, change magazines with the reload button. Use the rate of fire button to switch between single shot, burst, or automatic fire. In addition to his primary weapon, every soldier can carry one secondary. You can switch between the primary and secondary by pressing the Switch Weapons button. Switch to the pistol and practice hitting the short-range targets. This is the grenade range. Here you'll learn how to throw hand grenades and fire a grenade launcher. Tap the fire button to toss the grenade a short distance, or hold the key for a little bit and then release it for a long throw. Notice that the reticle doesn't change size. Grenades will go exactly where you throw them, but you'll need to learn to take the arc of your throw into account. Practice lobbing grenades over the low wall in front of you, or hitting the targets in the far building. Press the fire button to launch a grenade. The standard grenade launcher needs to be reloaded after every shot. Grenades fired from grenade launchers explode on impact, so don't try to bounce them around corners. This is the rocket range. Here you'll learn how to fire. Notice how the rocket reticle differs from the rifle and grenade reticles. With rockets, you can't fire the weapon until the reticle reaches its minimum size. Wait for the reticle to converge, then press the fire key. Note that the rocket is affected by gravity, so you may have to aim slightly above targets that are far away. The standard rocket launcher needs to be reloaded after every shot. The only way to destroy a tank or other armored vehicle is with an anti-tank rocket, so be sure to equip your team with them if the mission briefing indicates you're going up against armor. And remember that rockets are fast. If you fire a rocket when there are friendlies behind you, you may injure or kill them. This is the machine gun range. To use a fixed machine gun, stand in front of it and press the action button. Press the fire button to fire the machine gun while using it. Notice that you do not have a targeting reticle. Use the tracers to walk your shots onto the target. Practice shooting at the targets downrange. When you are done, press the action button to disengage from the machine gun and continue to the next training area. This is the demolitions range. Press the fire button to place the claymore in the center of the blast pit. Aim it towards the target dummies. It will face in the same direction you're facing when you place it. Hold down the fire button until the action indicator on your reticle cycles completely and disappears. When the claymore is ready, move to the safety of the blast bunker for detonation. Press the fire button to place the claymore in the center of the blast pit. Aim it towards the target dummies. It will face in the same direction you're facing when you place it. Hold down the fire button until the action indicator on your reticle cycles completely and disappears. When the claymore is ready, move to the safety of the blast bunker for detonation. Press the fire button to place the claymore in the center of the blast pit. Aim it towards the target dummies. It will face in the same direction you're facing when you place it. Hold down the fire button until the action indicator on your reticle cycles completely and disappears. When the claymore is ready, move to the safety of the blast bunker for detonation. The route to the next training range is through this darkened hallway. Switch on your night vision goggles by pressing the night vision button. Night vision is essential in low-light situations, but you'll see better in full illumination with it switched off. When you leave the darkened area, press the night vision button again to switch it off. In addition to standing upright, you can crouch and go prone. When you're on the battlefield, keeping your head down is a good way to avoid getting shot, and your own shots will be more accurate if you're prone. Practice changing your stance using the stance up and stance down buttons. Go prone and crawl under the barbed wire. While prone, you cannot turn all the way around unless you move forward while turning. This is the command range. Here you will learn how to use the command interface to issue orders. The other soldiers in your platoon are in the courtyard below. Press the command map button to call up the command interface. The interface will stay up until you press the command map button. With the command interface active, move your left thumbstick straight up. You will notice that the command map shrinks and you will get more information from each side. With the thumbstick straight up, you should have the planning tab selected. Press the selection button. Each time you press it, the team selection will shift. Your platoon is organized into 2 fire teams. You are in Alpha Team. The rest of your soldiers are currently in Bravo Team. Continue pressing the selection button until Bravo Team is selected.
Fire at will. On our way.
If you release the left thumbstick, the command map will regain its original size, and you can place waypoints for planning.
We're here.
Use the directional pad to move the crosshairs around the command map. When you are at a location you would like your fire team to move to, simply press the A button to place a waypoint. If you do not like the placement of a waypoint, press the B button to remove that waypoint. You will see a path appear from the fire team's current location to the placed waypoint.
On our way. In position.
You may wish to set the direction that a fire team faces once it reaches its destination. This is useful for snipers and setting up covering fire. To do this, when you place a waypoint, hold down the A button until the firing arc appears. You can rotate the direction of the firing arc by pressing the directional pad to the left or right. When you release the A button, the firing arc and waypoint will be set.
On our way. We're here.
When you move the left thumbstick to activate the team command interface, you will see a tab for each team's movement ROE, or rules of engagement. Rotate the left thumbstick around in a circle, and you will see that the highlight will change. When you are on either team's movement ROE, press the selection button to cycle through the available ROEs. You can set a team to hold, advance, or advance at all costs. A team on advance will shift to hold if they take fire. If you want them to keep moving no matter what, set them to advance at all costs. In addition to controlling a team's movement ROE, you can control their aggressiveness in combat. On each team's side, opposite the movement ROE, is the team's combat ROE. Move the left thumbstick until one team's combat ROE is highlighted. Just like the movement ROE, pressing the selection button will cycle through the combat ROEs. A team on Recon will be quiet and use cover to try and avoid enemies. However, they will return fire if attacked. Assault is the default setting. The fire team will engage any targets they see. In suppress mode, your team is at their most aggressive. The fire team will lay down heavy fire in the general direction of the enemy and try to keep them pinned down.
Moving out.
With the left thumbstick moved to either side, you will notice that stat cards for each team member can be seen.
We're here.
These cards will tell you the health, stance, class, and weapons for each soldier. They will also allow you to switch which soldier you are controlling at any time. Rotate the left thumbstick until a soldier on Bravo team is highlighted, and press the selection button. When you close the command interface, you will be that soldier. The other soldiers in your platoon are in the courtyard below. Press the command map button to call up the command interface. This is the command range. Here you will learn how to use the command interface to issue orders.
Welcome to Tbilisi, gentlemen. Hope you got some shut-eye on the flight from Bragg, because now that we're here, we got a lot of work to do. Here's the situation. We've been deployed at the request of the Georgian government to help them deal with rebels on their Russian border. Our area of operations will be the South Ossetian Autonomous Region, 1,500 square miles of small villages and rugged backcountry. The Ossetians have been skirmishing with the Georgian army for years, but lately, the attacks have escalated to the verge of all-out war. Washington thinks that the Russians have engineered the current flare-up as an excuse to step in and annex the whole region. Our job is to cut the legs out from under the revolution before that can happen. Our first mission is a raid on a rebel base in the Caucasus Mountains. A rebel leader named Bakur Papashvili has been attacking army convoys across the Terek River. You'll need to take out his guard post first, then hit his main camp. You'll find Papashvili in the caves at the top of the hill where he set up a command center. Take him alive if you can, but remember that he won't surrender unless all his guards are eliminated.
Too quiet. Taking a look around. We're on the way. Scratch another one. Another kill. Scratch another one. On your tail. In position. We're gone.
Got you back.
Enemy down. We've arrived.
Got you back.
I hear you. Goodbye. Scratch another one. Enemy down.
Welcome to Tbilisi, gentlemen. Welcome to Tbilisi.
Seems quiet enough. Too quiet. We got wounded. Goodbye. Acknowledged. In position. He's history. Need a medic. He's history. Goodbye. Yes. Goodbye. Orders received. Roger that. Roger that. Man down. Kill confirmed. In position. We gotta keep... Roger that. Kill confirmed. Affirmative. He's history. We're here. We got a casualty. He's history. No fear. Acknowledged. history. At all costs. Orders received. Goodbye. At all costs. Roger that. Affirmative. We're here. In position. Affirmative. Yes. Got it. all costs. Full throttle. In position. We're gone. Taking a look around. Acknowledged. Enemy down. Scratch another one. In place and ready. Enemy contact. Roger. He's history. history. Goodbye. History. Enemy down. Goodbye. 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 Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. Kill confirmed. He's history. We're on the way. On our way. We're gone. We're here. At all costs. Orders received. We're gone. He's history. Kill confirmed. He's history. Goodbye. We're here. He's history. In position. We're here. He's history. We're gone. We're gone. We're here.
Давай, иди сюда. Это смешно. Давай, иди сюда. Ладно.
Prisoner secured.
Ну что с тобой, правда, ну? Мы, наверное, давай, иди сюда. Козел. Люка, иди сюда, помоги.
Bye.
Вот черт. Баран.
We've arrived.
We've been tapped for a search and rescue. The Navy's been flying sorties against rebel positions from its carrier battle group in the Black Sea. Last night, the bad guys got lucky with a SAM and took out one of our F-18s. The pilot and the weapons officers both bailed out before impact, but the rebels picked them up shortly after they activated their beacons. They're being held for interrogation at a farm near the crash site. Your job is to go in and bring them back out alive. Recon photos show the F-18 is still largely intact but heavily guarded. If it's possible to plant a demo charge and blow the plane, do it, but don't jeopardize your main mission. And try to minimize Ossetian casualties. The Russians are already making a big stink at the UN about us being here, and we don't want to give them any more ammunition. If Moscow decides to intervene, we're going to find ourselves smack in the middle of a major war.